up, Grayson Report? Happy Saturday. What's up, Spirit of the Trees? Tammy, Nikki, Bella, Gunner Girl. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? And how's your weekend going? Mine is doing great. Cheryl King, what's up? I feel like I'm too far away. All right. And how was everyone's Halloween? I didn't do much. I kind of relaxed. I had to work in the morning. Luckily, it was a smooth day. Then rested. Oh my gosh. I've been meaning to fix it, but it just wants, it has a mind of its own. Eastern Arkansas Transparency, what is up? I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Glad you're able to make it. Lisa Boo, what's up? Liked your creepy house photos that you sent me. They were actually kind of they were actually beautiful. I agreed with you. Hauntingly beautiful, I should say. How is everyone's weekend going? Mine is doing good. So far. Work is the usual. Everybody frustrated and wants to leave. I'm not the only one. Eastern Arkansas, I've been busy. I've tried to watch later when I miss you live. Lisa Boo saying going good. That's good to hear. Cheryl going saying it's Sunday afternoon here, so it's nearly over. Oh, it seems like Sunday goes way too quick for me, at least. I'm not there yet, so but I know how you feel, Cheryl. Bernadette, what is up? With the hashtag, that is so cool. I'm actually kind of sad, guys, because spooky season is officially over. It went by way too soon. But that's all right. I make Christmas haunted too as well. There's always a way to make Christmas bring the spookiness to Christmas. In fact, I'm sporting my Krampus shirt today. I don't know if you guys could see it. Jennifer Marie, what's up? D Nice with the Lisa raid. Cheryl Kingo, spooky season is never over. True, because I celebrate all year round. D Nice with the raid. How's everyone doing for the ones that just dropped in? We got a Nerd Report daily raid going on. Matthew Goes Loose loves wearing a witch's costume. All right. Nerd Report daily in the house. What is up? Spirit of the Trees. What is up? Brandon, what is up? As I was saying, Cheryl was saying spooky season was never ending, but I was kind of sad to see October go so quickly. I don't know about you guys. Bernadette with the raid. But I'm still keeping it spooky. Iva, what is up? Tyranna, what is up? Daniel, what is up? Glad you're able to make it. Haven't seen you in a while. Gunner Girl, what is up? Kimberly with the raid. Shelly, how's it going? How's y'all weekend going so far? I know Cheryl's saying her weekend's almost over. Because it's Sunday afternoon where she is at. Kind of glad I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm here to hang out with y'all. I got some cool topics that I'm going to share with you, including one about werewolves. Jennifer Marie goes, I'm listening while working for a little bit longer. Super cool. Daniel goes, I was on a bummer thing, but I'm up and running. Again, I'm glad you're up and running, Daniel. Good to see you in the chat. Matthew goes, Lewis also loves wearing a tutu and kisses your skeletons and aliens. Okay. D-Nice goes, my nephew's 12th B-Day party is tomorrow. Super cool. Spirit of the Trees goes, yay, me neither. No work and no other obligations. What? Grayson, I'm saying let me in. That is so weird. I know who it is, guys.
What's up, folks? Grayson Report. How are you?
Good.
Is there a delay?
No, I was delaying because it was weird seeing my name up there that said let me in.
It was a ghost. Hey, listen, I'm going to be watching your show, but I want to tell your audience real quick that something you're working on because you're too shy to mention it. Lisa wants to go back to school. We kind of touched upon it a little bit, I think, in a previous stream. So, guys, it's going to be expensive. She's going to pay out of her own pocket, but maybe you guys can help her a little bit. Send in $1 so she could go back and get her class, get her certificate. More to come about that. Who's going to be the first person to hook her up with $1? I know there's 33 people here. $33. It's a good start. Hook up the girl. She's weird as hell, but she hates her job. Let's have this weirdo get a better job. Wants to go to school. Cheer her on. If you can't do it, that's fine. But folks, please hit the like. Share this video. Let's get some more people on here. $1 for Lisa at least. She wants this class is expensive. She's going to give you more information later. Okay, Lisa?
Okay.
There. Shameless plug for you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Talk to you later.
All righty.
I'll be watching. Give me a good show, though. Give me a Oh, my God. Here they come.
Cheryl, thank you for the super sticker. Hearts for Cheryl, guys. Matthew goes, nothing more spooky than going to school. I just realized that. D-Nice! Thank you for the super chat. Hearts for D-Nice as well. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Cheryl, thank you for the super chat as well. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Hearts for Brandon, Shelly, D-Nice, and Cheryl. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Well, I realized that the grass isn't greener on the other side. So, Gunner Girl! Hearts for Gunner Girl as well. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, guys. I realized for me to get out of where I'm at, because pretty much Osiris, what's up? To pretty much Jennifer Marie, thank you for the super chat. Hearts for Jennifer Marie as well with the choo-choo. But I realized, as I was saying, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And if I stay, because I can always get another retail job, but it's going to be the same crap, different people. So I realized that I needed to take initiative. I may still have to get another job because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last there. just to hold me through. But my plan is to stay there and finish school. I have to admit, this week I was busy, but my plan is to stay there until I finish and then go from there. So what I decided to do, because I already have my foot in the door retail wise, but I could start there and then move on. Like there's big branches, because I feel like where I'm at now, I'm kind of nerd report. Thank you for the super chat. Keep the train coming. Hearts for nerd report as well. Thank you for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. But I feel like where I'm at right now, there's like nothing left for me. Like there's no, I don't want to move up because I don't want it, because the position higher above me is salary, meaning they own you, meaning you could be there for 20 hours and they don't care. And I don't want that. That's not something I want to do. I don't want to be married to my job. I don't want to them calling me in at 2 in the morning to come into work, or you're basically on call 24/7, and that's not what I want, because I've heard from one of my coworkers' husbands, who happens to be he's in a salary position, and she says he can't relax, he's always stressed out. Like, I don't want that. Then there's pretty much nowhere else for me to go. I'm pretty much like at a standstill. So, and like I said, if I go somewhere else, there's going to be the same crap, different day kind of thing. So I might as well, at least there's some perks where I'm at. There kind of is. So I might as well stick it out. Hopefully I can make it, because the one manager gets on all of our nerves. It's not just me. It's like everybody in the store. Like it's that bad. Um, and it's kind of bad that it gotten to that point, but that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to do that. And oh, I didn't even tell you what I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing pharmacy technician. It's something I did 20 years ago, and it's something that's been on my mind. And I did it. I got certified, never got a job, because the one thing they said was I need a retail experience. Ended up getting into something else. Randy, what is up? So I never went back to it, and I've been thinking about it ever since. So, and I feel like there's more opportunities for me to grow, because there's different, I mean, you could stay as a pharmacy technician, but you could go to a hospital, you could go to Kaiser, you could go here, you could go there. Like, I just feel like there's mail order pharmacies. There's like so many different compounding pharmacies. There's like so many different things you could do. And I just feel like that is what I need to do. Randy is in the Florida Keys. Randy, you're like traveling all over the place. That's super awesome. And because, like I said, I'm already in retail, I can stay with the company I'm at just to get experience and then move on. So that is my plan. But I'm hoping I can last. Cause that but that's my plan. I'm gonna stay put, because I just was thinking about it. I go, I could get any retail job I want, but it's gonna be the same crap. Different people, different gripes, same favorite, whatever it may be. It's just gonna be the same thing. But that is what my plan is. Bernadette goes, check PayPal. Hold on. My phone's down here. It didn't even make Daniel. Thank you for the $5 cash app. Hearts for Daniel. And then it was delayed. Bernadette, thank you for the PayPal. Get it, girl. Hearts for Daniel and Bernadette. Thank you, guys. It was delayed. Like, it didn't even it didn't even ka-ching. But thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And then Daniel said, because we are all weird. Thank you, Daniel. And then, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Tyrana! School fun. Hearts for Tyrana, Bernadette, and Daniel. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Kerchie. It was delayed, Daniel. I'm sorry, guys. It's weird because I'll see the email pop up and I'll be like, what? Heather, what's up? Randy goes, I hope your new job brings you happiness. I have to get through the schooling first. And I'm hoping that will, because instead of saying I hate this place, I need to do something about it. Because just saying you hate this place and just staying there means that you just put up with it. And I didn't want to be that. And I know a lot of people are frustrated, and it's not just me. Like, there's people that want to retire. They're going, as soon as they could retire, they're going to retire. That's... Cheryl, how long will you be at school? It depends on, because I'm probably going to do an online course, because I think that's better for me. So it depends on, how much time I spend on it. So if I do decide to go that route, it just depends on, which I'm looking at. I've been thinking about it for the longest time, but if I decide to go that route, it depends on how long, it depends on how much time you spend on it, kind of thing. So it's going to take, so I might have to make time for it. But I'm already leaning toward doing it because I need to do something to get out of where I'm at and to do better. So that is my plan. That's where I've been thinking about it for a while, actually. Like, completely thinking about it. And it was even before then, like, even because a coworker of mine went to school for that a while ago too. And I was thinking about it then, but I never did. I'm kind of wishing I did it back then, but at the time, we didn't have the issues that we had now. Daniel goes, did you ever get a new laptop? No, I'm still working on the new one, or the old one. I'm sorry, the old one. I still have the old one. It hasn't been, I guess the ghosts kind of finally left it alone, so it hasn't been acting up finally. Jennifer Murray goes, I offer competitive rates if you ever need someone to write your papers for you. Randy goes, you are enough. You don't have to get better. But I mean, Randy, what I'm talking about, not me. I'm talking about work situation to be better. Cheryl King, you already did it once, so you will kick arse. Yep, definitely. Daniel goes, I build computers. No, actually, miraculously, my computer hasn't been acting up. Watch, now that I mention it, it's going to start acting up, but it hasn't. So, which is weird. I just thought of that right now. I don't know. The ghosts aren't messing with me anymore. Watch, they do. Let me knock on wood. Hold on. I got a wood table here. With my luck, you might see a ghost walk by behind me and go like this. Daniel goes, I have a bunch of laptops laying around. Spirit of the Trees goes, sweet about your computer. Yeah, so far. Jeff Furbury goes, the ghosts were busy with their spooky season. They will be back soon. Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I didn't think of that. They were going to someone else's house. They'll be back. D, nice. I'm kind of afraid to sage because I don't want whatever is in here to disappear. So I'm guessing it's a residual spirit, but I don't want it to disappear because it really. I've been in here by myself late at night and I've never had any problems. I don't feel like anything in here, so whatever it is, I don't want it to go. It's not causing me a problem, so I'm kind of afraid to siege. Jennifer Burry goes, talk about aliens to make them mad. That'll make them come back, run and flow. And like D Nice says, and yes, because it's familiar, like family. Exactly. It could be a family member. Or it could be my I was told my grandfather hangs around me, so and he passed away before I was born, so it could possibly be him. Rochelle! So glad to see you in the chat. What's up, Rochelle? So that's why I'm kind of afraid to sage. But I do have some articles planned for you guys tonight. So we start off with Ghost in the News. There's still plenty of articles. Rochelle goes crazy new article or schedules, that is all. Spirit of the Tree. So Lisa, you like the spirits in the studio? Yes, I do. They don't bug me, so why get, you know what I mean? It's not Wally, what's up? It's not something bad, so why try to get rid of it? You know what I mean? Why fix something that's not broke, as they say? So I got this article from Fox News as I was searching ghost in the news. That's where I Google ghost in the news and see what pops up. And believe it or not, things actually do pop up. When I first started doing it, I actually did not think anything would pop up. It was just I was like, let's see what pops up. And then all this stuff popped up. I was like, what? So this is from, it would help if I start from the beginning. This is from Fox News. Angels, demons, spirits, and souls do exist, says exorcist priest who warns against Ouija board use. Stay away from all forms of occult practices and stay close to God, says a priest. And of course, they're going to say that, hey. Ouija boards and other attempts to converse with the dead are spiritually dangerous practices that should not be viewed as innocent fun, an exorcist priest told Fox News Digital. We too often forget that there is much more to the world than meets the eye. Reverend Dan Rehill, I apologize, I do not know what FR is because I'm not religious. I am not religious at all, so I don't know the friar? Well, he says no, he's not a friar. He's a priest, though. Dan Rehill told Fox News Digital, angels, demons, spirits, and souls do exist, and they can have an impact on our lives. Do any of you guys, Ozzy Walks, what's up? Wendy, Marino, what's up? Do any of you guys in the chat know what the FR stands for in front of Dan Rehill? Fox reporter or something? Because I don't know who Dan Rehill is. That might not even be religious. Father. Thank you. Father. I don't think of those things as I'm not religious. Father Dan Rehill told Fox News Digital, angels, demons, spirits, and souls do exist, and they can have an impact on our life. Rehill is a priest of the Diocese of Nashville. In 2018, he received exorcism training at Ateneo Pontificio Regina Apostolorum in Rome and was installed as the exorcist of the Diocese of Nashville that same year. An exorcist, said Rehill, is a priest chosen and installed by a bishop to exercise the office of deliverance ministry. Exorcism is a specific form of prayer that the Catholic Church uses against the power of the devil. The Catholic Church distinguishes between two forms of exorcism, says Rehill. Exorcisms are either major or minor. A major exorcism is performed only for one who is demonstrably possessed by a demon or demons and may only be performed by a priest the bishop has specifically permitted to do so, said Rehill. Conversely, a minor exorcism is associated with sacraments and blessings, said Rehill. Demonologists distinguish 3 levels of demonic incursion, said Rehill. These 3 levels are temptation, obsession, which is also called oppression, and possession. Temptation, said Rehill, is something experienced by everyone. Obsession is when demons torment people physically, spiritually, mentally, or emotionally, or some combination of these. Possession, which is arguably the most well-known of the 3 levels, is when a demon or demons take physical possession of a person's body and makes use of its faculties, said Rehill. Possession is usually intermediate, almost never an uninterrupted possessing of the person's body, he added. Attempting occult practices such as purportedly trying to contact the dead via a Ouija board are a way to open oneself up to demonic activity inadvertently, said Rehill. Demons lie and impersonate dead people, said Rehill. When asking a board for information about a deceased person or a life decision, they are all too happy to embed themselves in your life. Using a Ouija board is inviting a demon into your life, whether the person has that intention or not. The Ouija board was first developed in the late 19th century as a parlor game. These were formerly called talking boards. At the time, seances and other spiritual practices were quite popular activities. It was like commonplace. The board consisted of an alphabet, the words yes or no, goodbye, and the numbers 0 through 9. To operate the board, a person places their hands on a planchette, which spirits purportedly move to spell out answers to questions. In 1890, a Baltimore spiritualist and medium named Helen Peters asked the talking board when she should call it, said the website for the Talking Board Historical Society. The board responded OUIJA, which is said meant good luck. The Ouija board was patented the following year. Legend regarding the Ouija board's patent says that Peters accompanied attorney Elijah Bond to the patent office, where the two were instructed by the patent officers to prove that the board worked by spelling out his name, said Smithsonian Magazine. Peters reportedly asked spirits for assistance and then spelled out the patent officer's name. It is unclear if Bond or Peters somehow knew the patent officer's name ahead of time, but the patent was awarded on February 10th, 1891 by a white-faced and visibly shaken patent officer, said the magazine. The boards were then mass-produced by the Kennard Novelty Company, which was sold to Parker Brothers in 1967. Today, the Ouija board is produced by Hasbro, which markets the product as a way to communicate with the spirit world. Fox News Digital reached out to Hasbro for comment but did not hear back by publication time. Enter the world of the mysterious and mystifying with the Ouija board. You've got questions and the spirit world has answered. And the uncanny Ouija board is your way to get them, said the Hasbro website. What do you want to know? Ask your question with a friend using the planchette that comes with the board, but be patient and concentrate because the spirits can't be rushed. Handle the Ouija board with respect and it won't disappoint you, said the website. While the Ouija board is marketed as a toy or board game, Rehill, from his point of view, disagrees with the characterization. Ouija board should not be viewed in the same way as a typical board game, he said. Although it is advertised as a game, it is far from it, he added. Rather, it is a form of divination. Divination and other occult practices are condemned by the Bible numerous times, Rehill noted. The very action of using the Ouija board has profound spiritual consequences that are beyond our control, he said. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Heather Salvatore, for your Mocha and myself, East Coast half asleep, had to wake up and find my computer, send you this, but say hi to Capone and Mocha, please. Hi, Capone and Mocha, hearts for Heather. Thank you, Heather. Perhaps the most famous instance of purported demonic possession connected to Ouija board usage was the case of Ronald Doe, a young teenage boy from Maryland who underwent numerous major exorcisms in 1949, said Rehill. Doe's story was adapted into the 1971 book The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty, which was then made into the 1973 movie starring Ellen Burstyn and Linda Blair. Rehill told Fox News Digital that he has personally seen 6 cases of demonic oppression that stemmed from Ouija board usage. The victims were left with night terrors, ideations, despair, and one man was impaled with chicken bones in his leg that flew across the kitchen, he said. Whoa. Once the deliverance prayers were prayed and the present participants renounced all participation with the demons, the demonic activity ceased, he also said. Whenever we seek to engage demons, we move away from the one true God, said Rehill. Added the priest, stay away from all forms of occult practices and stay close to God. So, guys, what did you think of that article as I have a Ouija board right behind me? I do. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. And then I do have the Hasbro one too, and it's in my closet in the other room. But the planchette is in the other room, so the planchette is nowhere near the board. Wendy goes, I wouldn't do a Ouija board unless Lisa's there with me. Jennifer Marie says, your ghost came to my house because I made those jokes and turned my internet off, had to switch to my phone. Oh, no. Cheryl King goes, I never thought to play it. Teresa, what's up? Daniel goes, Ouija board, never again. Heather saying, is now confused. I won't mess with spirits. Question, Bernadette goes, question or joke, what is the Nintendo Ouija board called? What is it called, Bernadette? D Nice found the duck, and I made it difficult this time. And she said Capone is now confused. All right, there is gonna be, I was told there's gonna be a Grayson Report meetup at a secret location in Arizona on July 12th through 14th in 2024. So, guys, stay tuned. D Nice found the duck, as I was saying, and I made it hard for it to find too. Like, I didn't make it easy. Cheryl King goes, don't know what to believe about the board. Matthew goes, someone was giving away a desktop computer that had, oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Bernadette goes, the Luigi board. Ozzy goes, I grew up with my mother and her friends playing it with me. I was under 10 years old, went on to use them in my teens, but will never again. Ozzy, did you have some crazy experience when using a Ouija board? Ozzy goes, I actually made a beautiful board that I put good energy into, but I never used it. Nuke the fridge in the house, saying July 12th through 14. Jennifer Marie goes, our only hint is there's a pool, which doesn't narrow it down at all. Yeah, there's plenty of places that have a pool. Wendy, it is hidden, but you guys can still see it. I'm getting creative. Kind of like that article because it kind of gave a history about the Ouija board. Though I did do a past show on the Ouija board. But I think it's kind of funny because I'm talking about don't use Ouija boards, and I have one right behind me. Jennifer Marie goes, I think I see the duck, but I'm honestly not 100% sure. It's back. It's behind me somewhere. Somewhere. Bernadette goes, yep, never again for me again. Used it in my teens in a graveyard. And yeah, I now have a longtime jokester. I now have a longtime jokester with me. I could never get it. Like, I would mess around with the Hasbro one because I have that one in the closet, and I could never, nothing ever happened. So I just put it in my closet and never. But I like Ouija board. I like Ouija boards. There's some beautiful boards. Like the one I have behind me is a cool board. But I do know that they you can open doors that you don't want to open with them. So I do know they can cause some damage. Ozzy goes, yeah, some stuff happened, nothing too bad because we always did prayers for protection, but it's not worth the risk. I don't think it's a good idea for them to be so available to kids now. I agree because they market it as a toy. Like it looks like it's like a board game. When they had, I don't even know if they still sell board games anymore because this era is more a video game and technology. But Gunner Girl goes, never did anything with a Ouija board, only saw it on I Love Lucy. I do remember that episode. Teresa goes, I thought I found it, but it was just gizmos. Bernadette goes, I think I see the duck. Can I say where? Well, we'll do it at the end of the stream. Just remind me, guys. Matthew goes, I see plenty of board games. All right, that's good. Glad there's still board games. Jennifer Marie goes, when I worked at Toys R Us, Barbie had her own Ouija board. That is crazy. There's like there's a company out there that makes beautiful, more beautiful than the one I have behind me, but they make these awesome looking boards. Like they're made like good quality, beautiful, elaborate flowers on them. D Nice sent a screenshot. Okay, hold on. Let me check. Yes, D Nice. Brandon goes, never used a Ouija, but used a squeegee. No, Heather, it's a skeleton duck. So it's white. It's a skeleduck. Daniel goes, mine moved from at least 100 feet from inside of a car and returned back in the house when we got back home. I remember your story, Daniel. That is crazy. Heather Salvatore, it's like a skeleton. It's a skeleton. It's like a rubber ducky skeleton. Skeleduck. But it's back there. Gunner Girl sees it. Just remind me. I will reveal its location at the end of the stream. And I made it. You can still see it. I didn't make it easy to find, though. All right, since we're now moving into the month of November, holiday season unfortunately started, but there are horror movies releasing in November. One of them, which I am looking forward to and I cannot wait. And this article is from iHorror. And of course, I never start these at the beginning. iHorror.com. And it's horror movies releasing in November 2023. October was a wonderful horror movie month. There were some hits: When Evil Lurks, Saw X, some misses: Exorcist Believer, Pet Cemetery Bloodlines, and some undecided: Five Nights at Freddy and The Nun 2. Although November isn't quite as packed with mainstream releases, there are a few worth noting. We have the trailers for some of these with a short synopsis of each, from a shark movie to an infamous Canadian serial killer procedural. This list is a mix as a Thanksgiving buffet. Speaking of which, there's also an Eli Roth slasher that uses Thanksgiving as its premise. If there is one we missed, make sure to let us know in the comments so that we can add it to our watch list. Number 1, Deep Fear on Demand, November 3rd, which was yesterday. Set in the Caribbean, Deep Fear is an intense and visceral survival thriller with furious action throughout. Madalena Gania stars as Naomi, an accomplished round-the-world yachtswoman who sets out on a solo trip to meet her boyfriend, Jackson, played by Ed Westwick, in Grenada. Her tranquil 3-day sail aboard a 47-foot yacht, the Serenity, takes an unexpectedly dark turn when a storm forces her off the plotted course. Circumnavigating an uninhabited reef-fringed island, she responds to a distress signal to aid a sinking vessel, where she finds 3 survivors clinging to the shattered remains of a boat. Events soon take a malevolent twist when it transpires the survivors are drug traffickers who force Naomi to dive down into the hull of the sunken wreck to retrieve 850 kilos of the Big Sea. The plan is thwarted when Naomi finds herself surrounded by a frenzy of man-eating white sharks, lured by the dead bodies in the wreck. In a tense and deadly undersea attack, Naomi must use her wits and determination to survive in Deep Fear. Sorry, I had to add that. Heather Salvador, thank you for dropping by. Guys, I will just remind me before I end the stream, I will let you know where the duck is. The Skeleduck. Squealer on Demand, November 3rd, which was also yesterday. When a local cop and an overzealous social worker follow clues on missing persons cases around town, stomach-turning discoveries are unearthed on a pig farm where the town butcher has been slaughtering more than livestock, in theaters and on digital on November 3rd. That one actually kind of sounds interesting. It's a wonderful... I don't know if YouTube will let me say this. Knife. Instead of It's a Wonderful Life, It's a Wonderful... In theaters, November 10th. After saving her town from a psychotic killer, Winnie Carruthers' life is less than wonderful. When she wishes she's never been born, she finds herself in a nightmare parallel universe where without her, things could be much, much worse. That one actually sounds pretty cool. It's a wonderful... That one, actually, I'm looking forward to that. In fact, I probably won't even watch the trailer. You know the problem with horror movies? And their trailers? They tend to give 90% of the movie away in the trailer. So sometimes it's better not to watch the trailer. Even though I have to admit, I did see this next trailer. I should have probably waited, but I'm a huge fan of Eli Roth. So this is Thanksgiving in theaters November 17th. After a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the infamous holiday. That's all it says. I felt cheated on that synopsis. What about you guys? That's kind of Walden in theaters November 10th, on demand December 12th. A stenographer takes justice into his own hands to wreak havoc on the bad people he has been recording during their trials. I feel like that too kind of left me hanging. That doesn't tell me what it's about. A stenographer takes justice into his own hands to wreak havoc on the bad people he has been recording during their trial. So he's becoming a vigilante. He's getting them back. Like that one, you kind of have to watch the trailer because this doesn't even like, I don't know. So I guess that is all. What movies? The one movie. Oops, the one movie that I kind of, besides Thanksgiving, it's a wonderful. That one sounds pretty interesting actually. But the last couple, they didn't really give you like what the movie is. You kind of have to watch the trailer on those. Yeah, I agree, Cheryl. Need more info. Brandon goes, if I ever make a horror film, I will fight to use deleted scenes in the trailer. Yes, and also, that reminds me, they put deleted scenes in the trailer. Because when you'll watch the movie and then you'll be like, and then you'll revisit the trailer because a lot of times the trailer is more epic than the movie. So you'd be like, what happened? And then you'd be like, that wasn't in the movie. That wasn't in the movie. So yeah, that might be why. D Nice goes, they want you to watch the clip for sure. Even on Facebook, you kind of have to be careful of spoilers because they'll put, some people put spoilers on the Facebook feed, and I'm like, no, no. And there's also the I guess Terrifier 2 returned to theaters. I believe it was November 1st. I think it was November 1st and 2nd. And during that the theater release, they gave a teaser trailer for the third upcoming Terrifier. The third upcoming Terrifier has a Christmas theme and a release date for next year, 2024. So I am looking forward to that. And it's Art dressed up as Santa Claus. Art the Clown dressed up as Santa Claus. So that's going to be a Christmas movie I'm going to enjoy, and I cannot wait for next year. And you know what makes me mad? They gave away a poster too for it. I'm like, nah. Daniel Miles goes, never say I'll be right back in a horror movie. Exactly. That's one of the rules. D-Nice goes, so I told you I had Five Nights at Freddy's in the background with my friends, but I actually watched it yesterday with the boyfriend's parents. A little better. Just want a rated R. Ah, I haven't seen it yet. So I gotta watch it. That's on my list. I want to see Pope's Exorcist. Um Talk to Me, which I believe it's gonna be released on November 4th. Rochelle! Welcome to the Wolf Pack! Hearts for Rochelle! And then, unfortunately, here in California, daylight saving times And so we have to fall back tonight. So we gain an hour, but our sleep is all going to be messed up. I'm not looking forward to that. I just wish. Rochelle, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Wendy, Daniel, Teresa, Spirit of the Trees, NJS 55, Eastern Arkansas Transparency. Well, you were all gifted a membership by Rochelle. Hearts for all the new members and Rochelle. Welcome to the Wolfpack new members. Yay! Thank you, Rochelle. And I forgot, I lost my train of thought too. Oh, well, the older I get, the I lose my train of thought more. That's all right. That's okay, Rochelle. Just when you can. You're always welcome. D-Dice goes, share them emojis. But I lost my train of thought. I really did. I know I was talking about horror movies. Oh, the red door. It's the red door. It's Insidious, the red door comes out November 5th. But I think Talk to Me is coming out on Netflix. No, that's okay, Rochelle. So I'm looking forward even though, and then Exorcist Believer I think is already on Hulu. But I heard that's not that great, but I'm going to still watch it anyways. The trailer did not look good for that movie cuz I actually saw the trailer at CinemaCon for Exorcist Believer and I was like Rochelle gifted another 5 memberships. Thank you, Rochelle. Delia Lux, Aaron Cooper, Panda Bear, Kathy B, Alice Martinez. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. And hearts for all the new members. And thank you again, Rochelle. You're awesome. Bernadette, I would still watch it. It's not that, I mean, the nun's hardly in it. And I would still watch it to watch it. But if you have it for like part of a streaming service you already pay for, then watch it. But if you have to pay for it, then I would wait for it to go on a streaming service that you have. Because the cinematography is great in it. Like there's some cool things about that movie, like cool elements about The Nun too, but it's just not, yeah. I mean, I kind of like I like the character, which is kind of hard, but you're probably Bernadette. You're probably not gonna like the second one if you didn't like, because the second one's I don't know. So I felt like, yeah, it kind of fell flat for me. But some of those movies, it's like based on jump scares nowadays, and I don't really like movies like that because they don't. I'm like, I already expect it, so. Even when I was watching with Lewis, I think he was like jump scare. He was like that while he was sitting next to me while we were watching it. And I was like, I know. Wendy even says it's disappointing. I know, and I know a lot of people like The Nun. So, but I mean the character is cool. Come on, like how is that not cool? Bernadette goes, I'd rather watch The Nun 2 than Barbie. One of these days, I'm gonna watch the Barbie, and I'm gonna critique it like Wednesday Addams would, because that's how I view it. Cheryl King goes, I like a movie with a great story. Aisha goes, that's like the first Conjuring was good, but the second one for me was eh. Like, even the Annabelle films, I was like, though I like creepy dolls, but still, Lisa Adams. Jennifer Marie goes, yes, watch Barbie. I promise you it's not all at all what you'd expect. I'm definitely going to watch it when I get a chance, for sure. I'm not going to not watch it. To check it out because I'm a connoisseur of movies. So I am going to definitely check it out. I always do check films out before and critique them to see what the hype is for myself. When it comes on streaming, like on a service that I have. Like, I'm not going to pay for it else. Bernadette goes, let me guess, it's Harley Quinn all nice in a pink world, blah, 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 blah. Aisha said, I saw the first Nun, but honestly don't remember it. It actually ties in with the second one but I didn't remember the first one. So after I watched it, they were kind of showing the first one, which was ironically because somebody put it on in the break room. So then I'm like, oh, that guy. Because I forgot it. Because that was one of those movies where I didn't watch it a second time. Tyrana goes, I wouldn't watch Barbie. I still want to check it out. I mean, it's not my genre of movies, but I'll still check it out. Why not? Brandon's going to have a Barbie watch party. Wendy goes, give me some Harley Quinn. OG. There's also another film. It's not horror related, but it has Joaquin Phoenix, Napoleon. It actually looks decent. I like Joaquin Phoenix, so that looks like a great film. Or actually, it's on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV. I was like, what? So, guys, do you remember the ring contest? That they would pay you if you caught an alien. And I don't normally talk about aliens, but I was saying, dude, I hope they show like some of the entries. Well, they did. So a bunch of people, and I knew it was gonna be like funny videos that people actually here's a little snippet that I found for which I think the contest ended yesterday. Ended November 3rd. Hold on. Oh, no, look. Because I was looking at it. No. Hold on. Let me fix it before I show you guys. Did it freeze? I gotta love it when it freezes. All right, I think I got it, but now it's... All right, this is off of USA Today. Don't mind the ad. So these are when Ring offered $1 million. There's music playing on the video, and I don't wanna play the sound, so there is no sound. I forgot my pants on the spaceship. Oh my god, that one was creative. Hold on, let me play it again because it goes by really fast. But that last one I liked. If it'll let me go back, because I remember it was like being. I do not want to. Can I skip it? Hold on, I gotta play the ad. What the heck? Now it's playing something else. What? Hold on. Hold on. Don't mind the ad. Try City Gold for all your credit card needs. I'm guessing that's what that is. I'm trying to skip it. There you go. This one, I like this one. This one's actually pretty creative. But they're using the Force. I also like the one that says, I've been trying to get to you about your car's extended warranty. Teresa, thank you. They are very creative, as Aisha said. Daniel goes best one gets 500. They should. They should. Cheryl loves them all. Aisha goes, who's calling at 3 in the morning? Drake from Street Farm. They're pretty creative. And then the one that goes, I forgot my pants on the spaceship. Gunner Girl goes, I wonder if they actually gave anyone money. I'm wondering, well, it ended yesterday, so I'm wondering if they decided to. But that last one that they showed was I really like that one. That one should get something. That was creative. Even though it was the alien was using the Force. Aisha goes, I think the last one was the best one. It was, but they're all fun. They're creative. They're all creative. I think it's hilarious. And I even made a comment that people are just gonna put an alien in front of their Ring camera. Oh, Daniel says it is part of it, the 500. So I guess maybe those were the like the runner-ups or something. But that was just a few of them. But I thought those were hilarious. Wendy goes, that last one was awesome. It was. That one was super creative. Because they actually the the alien took the candy bowl and I was like, what is this? Or they just actually just put the alien. They did this. I'm sure we'll find some more floating around that popped up. Matthew goes, alien using the force and his left foot was on the ground with his right leg up to create an illusion of him floating slightly. It was still cool though, Matthew. It still was. Yeah, I knew he wasn't floating, but it was creative. I like that one. They should they should have had one like a person dressed up as an alien going, "Would you like to buy a candy bar?" Honey goes, those are going to be stitched together and used as a ring ad in the next Super Bowl. Oh, that is cool. I would definitely look forward to that one. Brandon goes, we need a Barbie versus Alien movie. I don't know about that one. I think it'd be the color black on one side and super pink on the other. Bernadette as Barbie? I don't know about that one, Brandon. Gibbs, what is up? Honey goes, it would probably be the best commercial of the year. Probably, but they come up with creative Super Bowl commercials. That's pretty much the only thing I look at. Because I don't watch football, so I pretty much catch all the ads or commercials on YouTube the next day. Rochelle goes, to be fair, the Barbie movie is like Alien World. Matthew goes, brats versus aliens, which is funny. Those things look like aliens themselves. Bernadette goes, I'm more of a Maleficent. I agree with you on that one, Bernadette. Honey likes to watch the Puppy Bowl. They're so cute. They had a cat bowl too. And every time I see them, I'm like, oh. Even the halftime show, I don't really watch. I'll kind of watch a little bit of it, but depends on who's singing. Even that, I just watch a little bit of it just to see what the hype is. I'd be like, nah, no. Aisha loves both the kitties and puppy bowls. Matthew's saying Lewis or Steph should have dressed up as Catwoman. That would have been. All right, we're up with the next article, and then we'll get into the werewolf trials. The grisly werewolf panic that swept Europe. But first, for only $19.95. You know how those infomercial goes? But wait! For only $19.95, you can add this simple machine that will make this machine useless. All right, this is off of ABC 10 News in San Diego, and it's Proctor Valley Road, the history behind the ghost stories. I have never heard of this road. San Diego. Over the years, Proctor Valley Road has developed quite a mysterious reputation. Urban legend and ghost stories shroud the area as people relay spooky sightings to their friends and families. Word of mouth created the allure, so ABC 10 News decided to dig into where these stories originated. To help 10 News sort through what's real and what's not, reporter Madison Wells spoke with two paranormal researchers, one of whom grew up here in San Diego. I was always interested in local legends, said Derek Acosta. Even if the monsters and the ghost and the paranormal aspect isn't necessarily real, the people are real. Acosta hosts a popular podcast, Mega Strange, with Johnny Weist. The duo agreed to meet 10 News out on Proctor Valley Road. So when we go down there, it's going to be a tiny road. There's not going to be any lights. It's going to be pitch black, Acosta says. They say they're ghosts. Some people say ghouls. Proctor Valley Road is essentially a dirt path about 5 miles long that connects East Lake and Jamal. The legend dates back decades. Although the sign at the top of the road indicates it's a natural resource area, reporter Madison Well quickly realized it wouldn't be a picturesque scene. I believe there's a lake nearby, Acosta says. Some graffiti here. I guess the monster was out here tagging his territory. According to Acosta and Wes, two of the most popular urban legends here include the Proctor Valley Monster and the Phantom or Haunted Headlights. Legend has it the headlights will run you off the road. You guys see that? Well asked. Who would be out here at night? Acosta replied. At this point, Wells says she was a little spooked. However, the bizarre lights turned out to be some nighttime hikers. The next unusual thing they came across was a bone dry abandoned boat. We're nowhere near water, and we have this, says Acosta. Makes you wonder, says Whale. Rather than investigating further, the group decided to keep things chugging along. The paranormal podcasters thought the best move to make next was to locate the haunted tree. So, according to legend, and every city has this story, some young lovers come down here. Maybe the car broke down, maybe it ran out of gas. For whatever the reason, the boyfriend stepped out of the car and vanished, Acosta said. When she finally got out of the car, she found her missing boyfriend suspended from the branches of this tree. The culprit is the Proctor Valley Monster. This is the part of the night when 10 News decided fact checking was necessary. Wendy Wilson, the executive director of the Bonita Museum and Cultural Center, offered her perspective on the urban legends. The origin of the Proctor Valley Monster that we know of is around 1947, Wilson said. Wilson says the legend of the monster began with two middle school boys who lived on nearby dairy farms in the late 40s. She said they came across a dead calf on the road and started spreading a rumor about a monster. They went back to their middle school and spread the rumor. They went to the Bonita store. They went everywhere, she said. It's almost like these stories have grown from the initial story and how they encompass bright lights and chupacabras. Whale also asked Wilson if there was any kind of any historical evidence for the other tall tales surrounding Proctor Valley. We don't have any specific proof that anything else has really happened on the road, Wilson says. It's more of a feeling when people come in. They'll say they have a feeling when they go on Proctor Valley Road, and it's an eerie feeling. Well continued her journey with the podcasters, and they came across an ominous sign reading, "Keep out," filled with bullet holes. An animal's jawbone was placed on the gate near the sign. My question is, who is just finding animal skulls and placing them on the trail? Whale said. Good question. Maybe the Proctor Valley Monster, hopefully? Wise says. What happened next was the scariest moment of the night from Will's point of view. A pair of headlights approached and a white pickup truck pulled up and parked next to the 10 News car. Next thing I know, all I see is a man in a dark mask with a pew-pew on his hip, Whale recounts. He starts talking to Ray, my photographer, and I think this is it. This is the end for us. Turns out it was a Border Patrol agent. The combination of the beeholes, bones, and Border Patrol gave Well the creeps, and she decided she'd have enough of Proctor Valley Road. While 10 News' account of the Proctor Valley story ends here, the legend, of course, lives on. In my opinion, there are certain places all over the world that have a vibe or an energy to them, Acosta says. I do think there's a common shared experience that people have where they can look at one another and say, this is spooky, right? Perhaps that's what this is all about, the shared experience of being spooked. I think we could convince ourselves that there's nothing creepy going on in these places, but it's more fun to leave the door open. Like maybe it's true, Costa said. Guys, what do you think of this article? I don't think it was well written for it being a news article. It was kind of all over the place, but that place sounds pretty cool. Um, it's pretty much an urban legend that they're saying a two middle school boys created, which is kind of cool. Poison Ivy Lewis, Matthew says. Aisha goes, submitted to your approval of the Midnight Society. I call this story. Cheryl goes, sounds awesome. Rochelle goes, it was all over. It is interesting though. Yeah, because it said, Vale said, Acosta said, News 10 said. Matthew goes, Wilson sure knows how to volleyball. Honey 2800 goes, taco night. The boyfriend farted and launched himself into the tree. That's the best one yet. So legend has it. Though I'm putting a microphone up and I have it right here. So legend has it. The boyfriend had one too many Taco Bells and farted and ended up in the tree. So will we find his spirit dangling around the haunted tree? Or is it just an urban legend? Sorry. Sorry, I had to add that. That was honey. That was fun. That was the best one. Actually, no. He left the Taco Bell in his back seat for way too long and decided to eat it. Oh my god, just imagine. So today, we're at the site of the haunted tree. I'm still trying to put a microphone up. Where it's said that a man farted and ended up in the said tree. I'm sorry. Honey goes, at that moment, the camera crew hears a ghostly fart. I'm like, what was that? Did you guys hear it? Yeah, it sounded like a fart. The worst part would be is if they said they smelled something. They'll be like, why does it smell like a bean and cheese burrito from Taco Bell? Yeah. I would have it. They'd be like, we're here at the infamous haunted tree. I could go on and on with it. Every once in a while, I'll get a bean and cheese burrito from Del Taco because for some odd reason, those beans just hit differently. But I don't really eat. I'd rather have like the real beans in a bean and cheese burrito instead of the processed beans, or I don't even know what's in their beans. That would make a great like a parody of like a ghost hunting show. That would make a great parody. Honey goes, homemade bean burritos are yummy. Definitely, I would rather have those. D Nice goes, I think it's refried beans. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Rochelle goes, I don't eat fast food anymore, but every now and again, my old days haunt me and cravings around 2 a.m. for Taco Bell used to be my go to after a clubbing. When my friends and I used to come back from a concert, we would go to In-N-Out. Aisha goes, the case of the farting husband, part 2. Daniel goes, out of this world farts from Uranus. Matthew goes, Liam Neeson's high spirit and Taken. I will find you and I will fart on you. You better believe it. And he goes, oh no, it's alien poots. They glow in the dark. We're having too much fun with farts. But like, yeah, Grayson Report was talking about a legend about a guy that farted too much and he ended up in a tree. Like, did you guys hear that? I know. Wendy's go farts are funny. They are. All right, guys, we are gonna get into this article. It's from All That's Interesting, and I actually spotted it on because I do follow All That's Interesting on Facebook, and they do post interesting articles on Facebook. And I did actually find this one on Facebook, and I thought this was kind of cool. So this is inside the grisly werewolf panic that swept Europe more than a century before the Salem Witch Trials. And again, this is from All That's Interesting. Horrifying tales of torture, decapitation, and murder. And those are just the acts committed by the accusers in the werewolf trials of Renaissance Europe. The Salem Witch Trials of 1692 remain among the most infamous episodes in all of American history. But across the sea in Europe, hundreds of years prior, similar events took place, this time involving persons accused of lycanthropy or shape-shifting into werewolves. Beginning in the 14th century, as fears spread throughout Europe of witches and satanic forces, the fear of lycanthrope, can't say it now. And there he goes. He was like, no, lycanthrope. You know, I would stop. Developed alongside them, particularly in areas with significant wolf populations. Like their more famous witch trial counterparts, the werewolf trials were often encouraged by panic mob behavior and confessions obtained through torture and coercion. In most cases, the murderers or attacks the alleged werewolves were accused of were not even the focus of such trials. Instead, they were just the pretense used to convict them of witchcraft, often resulting in a brutal execution. Men in black, magic girdles, and cannibalism. These were the werewolf trials of Renaissance Europe. According to Mental Floss, one of the earliest recorded instances of anyone being accused or convicted of lycanthropy occurred in Poligny, France in 1521. As the story goes, a supposed wolf attack led authorities to the home of Michel Verdun, who, after being arrested and tortured, confessed to being a werewolf. He also pointed to two other men, Pierre Bergot and Philibert Montot. This is a depiction of a wolf murdering a man from 1531. That is kind of cool. Menten non forman plus bolere. Burgot also confessed and told authorities of a deal made with 3 men dressed in black who agreed to protect his sheep in exchange for the rejection of his belief in God. He was given an ointment that allowed them to shapeshift into wolves, during which time they would stalk the land, killing and eating. What? All 3 men were found guilty and were executed shortly thereafter. The accounts of lycanthropy that follow that first one are eerily similar in detail, many of them involving ointments and deals struck with otherworldly characters. Along with supposed deals with the devil and magical belts, cannibalism is another recurring theme among almost all of these lycanthropy cases. The 1598 case of Frenchman Jacques Rollet, also known as the Werewolf of Cod, involved the use of transformational Slav, which Roulette allegedly used to shapeshift in order to murder and eat several young children. So it must be a thing with kids. Frenchman Giles Garner was accused of killing and cannibal. What? Really? Who ventured into his part of the woods after he was allegedly seen by a search party holding the body of a child. Later, he would confess to being a werewolf and taking the meat of the to share with his wife. He was burned at the stake in 1573. Why children, though? That is crazy. As many of these confessions of lycanthropy from Gardner and others only came later, long after the alleged incidents took place, with many historians believed them to be either coerced through the use of torture or perhaps attributable to the suspect's mental illness or a simple inability to understand exactly what they were confessing to. The werewolf trials were less focused on lycanthropy as they were on witchcraft and deals with Satan. Werewolf trials were not always a death sentence. While most of the accused never lived to see another day, not all werewolves were guaranteed a torturous death. In the case of Roulette, the werewolf of Cod, he was initially sentenced to death for his crimes. However, a conviction of feeble-mindedness instead sent him to an asylum where he received a religious education before being released just 2 years later. In another case, 80-year-old Thies of Keltenberg told various tales of magic and lycanthropy, but received a relatively lenient punishment. According to author William de Belcourt, A Journey to Hell Reconsidering the Leviathan Werewolf, Thies was originally brought in by judges in what is now Latvia, in order to serve as a witness in an unrelated case about a church robbery. Thies, or Thess, and the judges, however, quickly got off track, diving deeply into rumors that the man was a werewolf. He did not dispute the idea and claimed to be a hound of God, saying he used his werewolf cloak to enter hell 3 nights a year, where he battled devils and witches to ensure a good harvest for the next season. Despite all the discussion of lycanthropy, though, Thies was ultimately only convicted of practicing folk magic believed to encourage the rejection of God. He was sentenced merely to flogging and banishment, a much lighter punishment than so many of history's supposed werewolves once had to endure. The brutal story of the werewolf of Bedburg. The fate of the German man Peter Stump, sometimes written as Stubble or Stub or Stump, was not so fortunate, accused of dozens of murders and cannibalizations over 25 years. Stump confessed readily in 1589 to having made a deal with the devil in which he was gifted a belt allowing him to shapeshift. A recorded in a as recorded in a 1590 report by George Bors called The Damnable Life and Death of Stub Peta. None of the world's villains were comparable onto the hellhound, who was a murderer from the beginning. The devil, who saw him a fit instrument to perform mischief as a wicked fiend, pleased with the desire of wrong and destruction, gave unto him a griddle, which being put around him, he was straight transformed into the likeness of a greedy, devouring wolf. Bors wrote, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like unto brands of fire, a mouth great and wide, with most sharp and cruel teeth, a huge body and mighty paws. Stump was publicly executed on October 31st, 1589, in a most gruesome way. His skin was ripped away, arms and legs broken, and his head removed before being burned. His mistress and his daughter were also reportedly burned alongside him as accomplices. Following Stump's execution, Bors wrote that the magistrates of the town placed his head upon a stake alongside the likeness of a wolf frame in wood to show unto all men the shape wherein he executed those cruelties. An entire family subjected to a werewolf trial. Witch trials first developed during the waning years of the Middle Ages and blossomed amid the European Renaissance. Not long after that, Chris Barber goes, I have a hellhound Shih Tzu. Honey goes, the Middle Ages were magic. Mr. Ruck Gaming, what's up? Bernadette goes, that pic with the wolf in the head looked a bit sus. Don't look right. Not long after that, a family in the Netherlands was implicated in a wide-reaching accusation of lycanthropy and witchcraft. Volker Dirks and his 5 children were all arrested. In an article from historicum.net, translated from German, Dries van Sacker described how Hessel, Dirk's 14-year-old son, confessed to the family having made a pact in dancing with the devil. According to Hessel's testimony, the devil once flew in through the chimney with a red cat. Suddenly, the cat turned into a woman and started dancing with everyone. This continued for some time until the devil suddenly said, "You terrible animal, I order you to follow me," Van Sacker wrote. The devil tied a leather belt around the woman and she suddenly turned into a wolf. Then the devil, the Catwoman, Wolf, and Hessel flew through the chimney to the field. There, the devil and Hessel also turned into a wolf, and together they attacked and ate animals. As for Volker Dirks, he said he had been given a doublet 3 years earlier that made him feel like doing evil and gave him the ability to transform into a wolf. Several times he ran through the fields with his children to bite the cattle, Van Sacker described. Dirk's daughter, 17-year-old Henrika, said that she began consorting with the devil at just 11 years old, sleeping with him multiple times over a period of years. She said her father had her walk through the fields as a werewolf and participate in several dance events. Similar stories of cats dancing and wolves were told by the various family members. Dirks, Henrika, and 2 others accused by her were all sentenced to burnings at the stake. The 4 sons were spared. The tragic trial of Hans. A drawing from the 16th century showing a supposed werewolf attack in Geneva where 16 children. Why is it children? The werewolf in question was executed on October 15th, 1580. I'm reading some of these and I'm just imagining like these people saying these things now. Like how Henrika said her father had her walk through the fields as a werewolf. Just imagine seeing that now. What they would do to you. They'll be like, "Excuse me? Werewolf? So, what if you did you take anything?" Like that's the first thing they're going to like tell you. One of the most famous werewolf trials was that of a teenage boy named Hans, who was accused during the werewolf trials in Estonia. Only 18 years old when he was arrested in 1651 on charges of lycanthropy, Hans quickly confessed to the charges brought against him. Admitting to have hunted as a werewolf for 2 years, Hans told the court of a man in black who bit him shortly before the physical changes occurred. Many believed the man in black to be the devil, and this mention of satanic forces qualified the werewolf to be tried as a witch and thus sentenced to death. When asked by a judge whether he felt more like a man or an animal, Hans replied that he, probably not unlike most 18-year-olds, felt like a wild beast, and that the changes within him could be measured both physically and metaphysically. Despite there being no physical evidence of any murders committed by Hans, he was sentenced to death simply on the grounds that satanic magic had been performed upon him. Though witch and werewolf trials gripped the continent for hundreds of years, by the early 17th century, interest in them had waned. The fear and fanaticism that once spawned them did not, however, and the brutal panic would crop up not long after, as the famous Salem Witch Trials of 1692. Werewolves themselves, on the other hand, would enter the realm of myth and superstition, while legitimate fear of werewolves stalking the night may have declined. Their status as an icon monster of folklore has only grown over the centuries, thankfully, with far less violent consequences. Whoa, that was super. What did you guys think of this article? I really like this article. It's super interesting. Honey goes, my father made me dress as a furry, gets taken by sea. I know, just imagine them tell like they're like Hans admitted he was a werewolf. I mean, I would be like, yeah, and like who was the guy? Like I because I think werewolves are cool, but just imagine them being in a police like well, in our settings it would probably be a police station. Yes, this man in black bit me. And every time there's a full moon, it didn't mention anything about a full moon, but I would turn into a werewolf. People would be like, "All right, sir, were did you so have you been drinking tonight?" I mean, they would definitely it'd be weird. Rochelle goes, "I liked it." Wendy, so cool article. D Nice goes, "It was interesting." Tyranna, good and interesting. Cheryl, interesting. It was an interesting article. Well written too, because I do not like those articles where it's hard to read. Some weird names as well. Wendy, that's what they would ask. That would be one of the questions they would ask. So, have you taken anything? We're gonna have you stay the night because we need to do an evaluation on you. But I guess back then it was acceptable. Well, obviously it wasn't because people died. Matthew goes, like in Monster Squad, they don't believe the guy is a werewolf. I love Monster Squad. I have to watch that one again. I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah. Honey goes, that dude said he can turn into a wolf. I told him, well, just don't poop on my lawn, okay? I felt like it wasn't the fact that they were turning into a wolf. I felt like it was more of a religious thing. Like they were dancing with the devil and going against God. And that's what I think is the more reason of why these people were executed. But why children? That's where I was like, because when I saw the article, I was thinking, oh, like, people in towns, not. D Nice goes, yeah, I felt religious. Wendy actually has deer poop in her grass. Honey goes, or they were just really bored. True. But I know back then, if you can conjure up, they just automatically think, if you used magic or anything like that back then, they automatically thought you were part of the devil. But just to see that werewolves were put on trial, which that's still kind of cool. They don't have the very good werewolf movies, but I do like werewolf movies. I remember watching The Howling a lot when I was younger. Delay Alexa's going, maybe it's hormonal for the massive hair growth. Cheryl goes, yes, it's always the kids. Maybe because easy target. I don't know, but it's like, why? But that was a pretty interesting article. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions, criticisms, complaints. I just like saying that. But it's sad because some of these people were probably innocent, and just because they thought they dabbled with satanic or the devil, it was like death. D Nice is going, where's Skiducky? All right, guys. Skeleduck, which is the rubber ducky that looks like that's a skeleton. If you see in between my mic stand, you'll see an eye. You'll see an eye. D Nice goes, we need a solid name for him. Chris Barber goes, nice hiding. I wasn't going to do that, but I was like, no, technically you could see him. And I even positioned. Matthew goes, yeah, it was a sport. Looking for it was all ears where it was near. D Nice goes, that was great, staring at him for 10 minutes. Daniel Miles goes, looks like a Pikachu. And the weird thing is, I usually don't have, hold on. I usually don't have my Stay Spooky sign lit up. So it kind of blended in with that. There you go. Now you can see it more. Tyranna goes, I did see an eye earlier, but didn't think it was the duck. Daniel, it probably is my peep. Bubbles the peep. But usually I don't have my Stay Spooky sign on, but it happens to be on and it kind of blends with it. So it even made it kind of harder. But it's cool because technically, I don't even know how I had it. Technically, you could still see it. I was like, oh, this is a good one. D Nice goes, on your travels, what is a must have in your luggage? I have to bring my weighted blanket. And my Well, I used to bring my sound machine, but now I have like a sleep mask that you can connect Bluetooth and it does the sound machine. So I don't need the sound machine itself. So it has to be my weighted blanket and um my sleep mask. Daniel goes, I guess ducks look different with no feathers. It does. D Nice goes, when offered super salad, what do you reach for? You can only choose one. Salad. I like both, but I love salad more. I remember we had soup plantation. Oh my god. Oh my god. I used to grab 2 plates, had my salad up to here, and then when you went on the other side, they had like the mac and cheese, so I would use my plate for the mac and cheese, get some soup. Oh, I miss that place. Chris Berber said, "Meds, I take a lot." I do bring my vitamins too, because I do take a lot of vitamins. Honey goes, depends on what the soup is. The only time I did bring a lot is because when we went into the EDC, but I wasn't sure what I could bring in, so I kinda, just kept it light. Bernadette goes, has Gary met Elvis yet? No, he hasn't. As you can see, he's talking on the phone, so I do like a good tomato soup or vegetable soup, but I kind of prefer salad. But I do miss that. I do miss soup plantation. I used to love going there. But then the big C happened and they closed down. I was like, no. D Nice going, it's starting to become soup season. It's still warm here. I was like, and my allergies are acting up. I'm so annoyed. Because it started getting cold and then it warmed up. I was like, what? Bernadette goes, is Gary talking to Elvis the alien or Elvis the spirit? I think he's talking to Elvis the spirit. Right, huh? D Nice. I so miss soup plantation. Honey goes, tomato soup with garlic herb goat cheese on a toasted bagel. Ooh. Chris Barber goes, I had veggie soup tonight. The best thing about winter, I know, is soup and ramen. So I like ramen when it's cold too. Tyranno goes, ketchup, mustard, or both? Both. I like them both. Wendy is actually having cold weather and made venison chili. Rochelle goes, where here the heat is on an apartment at like 100 degrees. I have no control. It is a radiator and running my AC when outside is 40-degree madness. Dang. Chris Barber goes, I eat ramen year round. Same here. I do too. But I tend to enjoy it more when it's cold outside. Because there's a place around here that I like to get ramen from, so I get ramen every once in a while. And I tweak my ramen too when I make it at home. Definitely comfort food. I did find some plant-based chili in a can. I know that's not the greatest. It's probably better to make homemade, but I did find some that I did like, so I do like chili every once in a while. Rochelle goes, new favorite is definitely hot and sour soup noodles. Super cool. D Nice goes, do you get animal style fries at In-N-Out? If so, which kind? Classic or ketchup and mustard animal fries? I never get animal fries. I just go for the plain fries. Cause they do have a mean grilled cheese at In-N-Out. That I do get when I get there. But I don't care, to be honest with you, I don't care for In-N-Out fries too much. I like the big steak fries like you could get at the hole in the wall burger joints. I like those big beefy French fries. I don't like the ones at In-N-Out. Even though they're supposed to be fresh, but for some odd reason I don't care for those as much. Rochelle goes, Amy's has a good chili, gluten-free. I haven't tried the Amy's one. Honey goes, my husband makes a Korean version of ramen. It has rice cakes in it and has spicy gochujang. I used to, oh my gosh, I grew up making rice cake soup, but my mom made it the best. But I knew how to make like a version of it. Oh my gosh. I do that too sometimes, honey. I put rice cakes in my ramen. When I buy, or I'll put wontons in it. But now I want rice cake soup. Oh my god, my mom used to make a wonderful version of that. But I would have to make it with a vegetable broth instead of beef. Which I've never tried, so I should try that. Wendy, it's not seaweed. It's like it's rice cake. It's like it's a little white. I don't know how to explain it. Like a white disc, like in its oval shape that you put in your you could put it in ramen, or they make it as an actual soup. I haven't had that in so long, since I was a kid. D Nice goes, I am a skinny fry, almost hash type of person. I like the crunch over chew. No, D Nice, my mom did not have a cookbook of all her recipes. I wish she did. My dad didn't really cook. My dad would grill, but he didn't really cook. My stepmom is actually the cook. She is a wonderful cook. My mom, she would cook, but she wasn't like an avid cooker. Tyrana goes, I like crinkle. I like those too. I just like the thick fries. Thank you, honey, for dropping by. But I'm not much of a cook. I mean, I cook every once in a while, but I'm not much of one. But that makes me want rice cake soup now. But make it or vegetable style. I've never had it that way, so that'd be kind of interesting to try it that way. But I had from One Veg World, I think it is. It's in West Covina. It's a like a vegetarian plant-based restaurant or food place, I should say. Oh my god, I had like, it was like a Vietnamese sandwich. I forgot what they call them. Oh my god, that thing was so good. With French fries. Oh my god, it was so good. D Nice goes, sorry for all the food questions. I just gulped lasagna. D Nice goes, yes, I love their food. I love their food. Like, and it doesn't it's like cooked good, because it doesn't make you all you know how sometimes when you eat food and you feel bloated and all that? I did not feel that way after eating that. Bernadette goes, I've been obsessed with miso soup lately. I get it from Amazon. It's real good. I have some. miso soup that's plant-based that I got from Amazon, and because I had never gotten a chance to use it, so I'm gonna try it when it starts to cool down. Actually, technically, I can probably use it now, but I have it. I just haven't tried it yet. Because miso soup is not necessarily plant-based, because I think some of them put fish in it or something like that. I remember reading. Cheryl King goes, I made a very big pot of chicken veggie soup. Ooh, cool. Tyrana goes, now we're all hungry. Because we're talking about food. There's a vegan that's in the next city over. It's like a vegan Mexican place, but I've tried them twice. And it gets like hype. I've tried them twice because they're the only place I know that has like a breakfast burrito, right? Tried them twice because the first time I was kind of sick when I tried them, so I was like, oh, maybe, maybe because I was sick, I couldn't taste the food. Well, I tried it a second time, and I still couldn't taste any like seasoning in the food. So I was like, okay, the second time I know I don't like it. But it gets reviews, and I'm like, dude, it's like a vegan Mexican place, but there's no flavor in the food. Chris Barber goes, I make a big batch of chili every winter that lasts me till March. I've made chili one time through a crock pot. I should do that again. D Nice goes, potential names for Skeleduck. Cheryl goes, I will try any food, but not hot chili, and I don't get on. I don't like super spicy food. Super spicy food. I don't mind a little bit of spice, but super spicy, it's like, no. My stomach cannot take that. Chris Burr goes, that's how I do it. I've done it before. I just haven't done it in a long time where I make chili in a crock pot. But I have to do that again. I have to try it again. And then you make some cornbread. I love cornbread. So I'm always eating cornbread. Love cornbread. I can eat it for days. I don't know what's in it, but I can eat it for days. Wendy goes Instapot for 10 minutes. D Nice goes, I wish we had scheduled that match. I would meet you at said place. I know that. Ooh, their food is like wonderful. Cheryl goes, what food don't you eat? I don't eat. I haven't eaten meat for like 5 years, I think it's been. I stopped eating meat. But I do still eat cheese. Because I haven't found a plant-based cheese I like. I do still kind of do dairy, but not too much. And eggs, I'm kind of I can eat it, but my stomach can't process it for some odd reason, which is weird, but because I guess I haven't eaten it in a long time. So eggs is kind of like iffy too. And then sugar-free stuff. I cannot eat sugar-free, just gum. Sugar-free gum I can have, but like sugar-free candies or anything like that, my stomach just gets in knots, which is weird. I like D-Nice. I like pepper jack, but I like Colby Jack too. I just I eat cheese sticks because I have not found a plant-based cheese that I like, but I know there's one out there. Like anything like sugar-free, like, you know how they've got the protein bars that have the 1%, sugar? That even turns my, um so it's hard for me to find a protein bar that, my stomach agrees with. D Nice goes, "No sugar-free cough drops." I don't try the sugar I've never tried the sugar-free cough drops, like, I can imagine it probably do the same thing to me like the candy does. Cheryl goes, "I can't eat sugar-free lollies." Daniel goes, "Try candy that has xylitol as the first ingredient." Tyrana goes, "What's your favorite seafood?" I don't eat, fish either. But for some odd like I was saying with the protein bars, for some odd reason, the same thing. So I have to, it's like I can't do protein mixes. Like my stomach does not like them. Like making a protein, like you use the protein mix and then you make a shake out of it. I cannot do those. And it takes me a while to find a protein bar where my stomach doesn't, which I have found one that my stomach can take, but Rochelle goes, "I cannot eat lobster after discovering Leon the lobster here on YouTube." I don't think I could eat lobster. Well, I don't eat lobster, but I don't eat any fish. No fish. I don't eat anything living, I guess you could say. So no meat, no fish. I know there's some people that they don't eat meat, but they're a pescatarian, but I'm pretty much a vegetarian. Wendy goes, "Check the source of the sugar." That could be it too. Spirit of the trees. D Nice goes, "Sugar canes from Mexico are addicting." Daniel Miles goes, "Bok bok," like the like bok choy, like the vegetable. Those are good to put in ramen or stir fry. Rochelle goes, "I tried cutting meat out, but nearly fainted. So back on the meat diet. It helps my immune issues right now." I know it's not for everyone. I know some people can, and some people. Thank you, Spirit of the Trees, for your cash app as my voice is cracking. Hearts for Spirit of the Trees, guys. Thank you, Spirit of the Trees. Thank you for the support. Hearts for show the love for Spirit of the Trees, guys. Water chestnuts are cool too. Chris Barber goes, "I'm not allowed to not eat meat with dialysis. My protein is too low." That's what I'm saying. Not everyone could go meat free. Sometimes you have. So there's some people that have to, like in Chris's case and Rochelle's case. Guys, keep the questions going. Could be a criticism. No, I just hope it's Rochelle goes, back as a teenager, my siblings and I would steal neighbors' chestnuts and sell them as necklaces. Huh, that's pretty cool. Not the stealing part, but the sell them as necklaces. That's kind of cool. That is super cool, Rochelle. Hold on, Tyranna. Let me check. Hold on. I think, but anyways, I'm not sure if I gave a shout out to Tyranna. I think I saw it, but I'm not sure. So just in case, hearts for Tyranna for the school fund. I don't know if I think I read this one before, but hearts for Tyranna for the support. Thank you, Tyranna. Because I do not like giving you guys shout outs. I hate missing you guys when you guys. D Nice goes, have you used the space projector yet? I have them right here. No, I was gonna have them on while I'm on my stream, but you can't see it. So D Nice said, yes, you did. All right. But you can't really see it when he's on, so because I have too much lights going on in the back. But I have him right here, D Nice, and I've turned him on. D Nice goes, we could see your strobes. I know, I don't normally have them on. But I was messing with my decks before the stream, so I just left them on. What? I have not named him yet, D Nice. No name yet. He's just my space guy. He kind of looks like an oddball with all my, my skeletons and my horror related Funko Pops and all that, but hey, he fits right in. Oh, this little sticker's so cute. It's a ghost with a cat. I don't know where I got the sticker from, but I have it up here. D Nice goes, he is making sure the aliens behave. He is. He definitely is. Then I have this little ghost kitty. Keep the questions going, guys. I'm probably going to stay on for a few more minutes. Oh, I love stickers. Whenever I get, when I buy product and they have a sticker on it, I always keep it. D Nice goes, how many new members did you get tonight? I think I got 10? 11? 11. I think it was 11. Lost count. Anybody have any plans for the month of November? Anything exciting you guys are going to do? D Nice goes, remember scratch and sniff stickers? What is your favorite scent? I don't know. I think I've always liked like a tropical scent or like black licorice because I like black licorice. So I always like the smell of the licorice. I'm like, oh. My phone keeps. Chris Barber goes, nope, not a fan of this month. Jennifer Marie goes, a lot of sleeping is planned. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to squeeze in sleeping because my sleeping is valuable. It's always good. Tyrana goes, new hat. I've had it, but I don't know if I've worn it on screen. But thank you, Tyrana. I don't know. I'm obsessed with these hats. These slouchy beanies, I guess is what you call them. Wendy goes, black licorice will test you positive on a drug screen. Luckily, I haven't eaten any, so I'm good. Because I don't get a lot of sleep during the week, so I try to get sleep on my days off. So that's how I play catch up. D Nice goes, I love grape. That's a good scent too. Remember that they had markers that were scented too. Oh. D Nice goes, I did have an encounter today, a random perfume in my room. Not sure where it came from. I am unfamiliar with it, but it flew in my room around 5 p.m. Ooh, that is crazy, D Nice. Maybe a family member, but then you were unfamiliar with the scent. Ozzy goes, I'm going to see Motley Crue and Def Leppard next week and stay in a very fancy hotel. That is super cool, Ozzy. I hope you have fun. That sounds like fun. Especially in a very fancy hotel. I don't have anything planned. I think we're going. I think Lewis is mixing next Saturday. I think it's next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday he's mixing at a friend's rave. So we're probably going to go to that. And I think we got invited to see Sarah Laundry again. She's a techno DJ on the 22nd. So I think we're going to do that. D Nice goes, maybe a family member. My mom's cousin did pass and someone else passed shortly after, so could be them. Okay. Probably is. They're probably checking up on you to make sure you're okay. And then someone we know has a birthday coming up as well. If Wendy goes, Thanksgiving is Italian with the parentals. I'd rather go with you and Lou. D Nice goes, do you have your own decks mixing board? Yes, I do. They're covered. They're right there where the Terrifier poster is. They're it's, and you see this set of headphones? They're right there. I've got the DDJ 1000, and then where Larry is sitting on, I have a Denon SC 5000. So I have both. But the denim, the cool thing about the denim, but you can't really, it's not really good to practice with. You can mix. You can have two channels on one deck. So that's the only cool thing about it. But I've been mixing more with my Pioneer, but the problem is the laptop that I use on it, the battery's dead, so I have to turn it on for a while before I can use it. That's the only bad thing. Julissa, what's up? Bernadette goes, Dig, I want to party with you both, but my old ass will fall asleep on the dance floor. Trust me, Bernadette, I thought I would fall asleep, but I didn't. I have so much fun. It's like you want to stay awake. Chris goes, I just can't deal with techno music. It hurts my brains. Chris, I didn't like it before, but now I like it. So it's a acquired taste, I should say. And of course I wear earplugs when I go to those things because oh my gosh. They when we went and we saw Green Velvet, he had the bass on for sure. I was pushing my earplugs in because it was trying to push my earplugs out. And it's funny because some of the artists that we like to see, we kind of try to be in front. So it was funny. It was a like an ad for Factory 93, right? And it had Ellen Alien because I guess she's coming back to Los Angeles. I think today. Yeah, I think it's today that she's playing in Los Angeles. Well, they were showing a clip at her at EDC, and I go, "Wait a minute, that's at EDC." And I look closer, you could see me and Lewis in the front. It's kind of hilarious. D Nice goes, I can listen to techno, but I don't do well with strobe lights anymore. So it was funny. It was just a random ad. And then I started looking closely and I go, oh, there I am. It was hilarious. Definitely, but I have earplugs on so the volume doesn't mess with me too much. I just get you feel the vibration cuz I like if it's an artist I really want to see, I always try to get in front. I'll wait like an artist before or two artists before so I can be up front to see them. Which was kind of cool cuz sometimes the stages are way up here so you could be in front but they're high. But with the last one we went to, the stage was kind of like a good level so I can kind of see them like mixing and it was kind of cool. But then when it's like someone popular, there's no way I'm gonna and they're usually on a stage that plays music I don't really like, so there's no way I'm gonna wait all day on that stage for that person. So I don't mind being in the back, but it's still cool to be able to see them up close and like up close and see them mix and Daniel goes, I have two Korg KM2 mixers that have built-in chaos pads. Cool. Cool beans, Daniel. That's super cool. D-Nice goes, yeah, my ears are gone. My dad is retired military. He has hearing loss due to it, so he plays his music loud, but erases my anxiety in return. I think I lost some of my hearing just from listening to music loud. But I like hearing music loud. You can't help it. It's like a cool feeling with it loud. Like you could drown out everybody. Even in the car when I'm driving around, I have the music up loud. Everyone's like, probably I'm driving and they hear me and they're like, I don't think my dad ever had any hearing loss from being in the military, but I do wear earplugs when I go, but you can hear everything clear, the ones that I have, and you can even hear the person next to you talking. It just it filters out the bad noise that can damage your hearing, which is super cool. But I have fun going to those things cuz Daniel goes, "You could hear me from at least a mile away in my car." D Nice goes, "Mine was a tank mechanic on the ships. The generators and horns affected his hearing." Yeah, that can. That can. All right, guys, any last minute questions? Daniel goes, "I'm all about the bass. You need that's what it's about, though, Daniel. It's the bass." But not the kind there's cars that come by and you could hear the bass, you could hear the rattling of the interior, and I'm like, "No, that doesn't sound good, bro." Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Where it goes boom and then because you can hear like the trunk rattling. I'm like, that does not sound good, bro. No, not good at all. D Nice goes, "Why did this conversation remind me of Shrek taking earwax out of his ear to light a candle?" No, Daniel, have you ever heard those cars that they have like the big old subwoofer in their trunk and you hear it go boom, right? You know, you hear the bass, right? The bass hits and then it goes, then you hear like the rattling of the trunk and the bumper and all that. So you hear the boom, boom, and then you hear the, the vocals. And then boom, and then you hear the rattling of the trunk go tee 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 tee. I'm like, that does not sound good. The rattling of the trunk does not sound good. Daniel goes, "We like the cars that goes boom. That's me." You're very welcome, Ozzy. Any last minute questions, guys? Before I wrap it up here, stay on for a few more minutes. Wendy goes, "I blast my music." Matthew goes, "Cool guys, don't look at Chris Barber goes, "I don't care for the wall rattling when they drive by." I don't mind it. It's just like in the middle, like everything's so quiet, and then they drive by and it's like boom. And you're like, Oh, the car backfiring? That's the best. Oh, I love it when a car comes by and it goes and they shift and it goes beep, pop, pop, plop, 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 plop. It's like, dude, get your car tuned. It does not sound good. Like you only sound fast. Daniel goes, I have 5 subs. Holy crap. Daniel goes, only 1,200 watts. Dang, Daniel, definitely we could hear you a mile away. Might be less than a mile. Matthew goes, the cars that sound like very loud party favors that you spin. No, you'll hear them like, you know, you could hear them shifting and it goes pop, 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 pop. I was like, get a tune up. Come on. You can afford the rims on your car. Fix your car. Get a tune up on your car. Come on. Wendy goes, that'll get you a ticket in my hometown. That does not seem to give people a ticket here. I mean, if you have a modified exhaust, maybe, but I don't think the cops too much will pull you over for that unless you're actually actively doing something wrong. D Nice goes, man, cars that are loud yet can't go as fast. I know, exactly. They just sound fast. Daniel goes, even lights that go. Oh, dang, that is so cool, Daniel. Even lights that go to the beat. That's cool. I got my lights back here do that, except not the long ones. They don't. They're kind of static, but the lights that you see lighting up my background, they're music activated. So they can play, they dump. And then I've got one the strip lights that you can't see because the posters are covering it, but those are music activated too. Chris Berg goes, I live close to a highway. It sucks sometimes, and there's a train yard behind me. Oh, but after a while, though, Chris, you probably get used to it. Oh my God, D Nice, I remember that show. What was the guy's name? X? This is X with Pit My Ride. I forgot what his name was. I think. It's kind of sad. Like a couple years later, you see someone selling their car from that. I was like, why? I used to watch that show. Today, we're going to pimp your ride. Exhibit, thank you. I knew it was an X or something. Yo, 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 this is Exhibit, and we're going to pimp your ride. Sorry, guys. I used to watch their show. There was one where there was a Volkswagen, and I thought was kind of cool. And then you have the guy talking about his car. Yeah, it's a clunker. It could barely get me from point A to point B. When he goes, I think my brother's engine was louder than the stereo system. He got banned from driving downtown. Oh, dang. Matthew goes, yep, Exhibit. I knew it was an X something. But that was hilarious. There's also MTV Cribs. It was funny. They went, I remember specifically Rob Zombie. And he had a pool. And he was walking by. He goes, we don't use the pool. I hate being out in the sun. Or he said something like that. And I was just laughing. And then I remember Jonathan Davis from Korn. He had the Volkswagen Bug that Ted Bundy owned that had the seat, the passenger side seat missing from it. I remember I used to watch those shows. I remember those shows. What's up, MTV? This is MTV Cribs, and today, well, they didn't have that. They just had and then Jonathan Davis would open the doors. MTV Cribs, we're gonna check out my crib. I forgot what they said, something like that. I think I don't know whose house it was, but they opened the fridge and they're like, "There's nothing in there." I have no idea, Chris Barber. He's crazy. Julissa goes, "I remember those shows too." I don't know. Jonathan Davis is crazy. He has like a yeah. Yeah, and I remember seeing Jonathan Davis's sons. They were like what? Like young, and now they're like 15, and I'm like, "Holy crap." I remember when they were when I when I watched MTV Cribs, I remember they were, young boys, and now they're like, "What the heck?" That is totally crazy. As I lose my voice. I know, D-Nice, they grow so fast, they do. When did they would actually open their fridge on Cribs? It's like, "Oh, there's nothing in there, I'm never here." Chris Barber goes, "If I had a lot of money, I'd have a cool crib." I probably would. Diane, what's up? All right, guys, any last minute questions before I wrap it up? D-Nice goes, "You ever think what our relatives used to say? You find yourself saying the same things?" I have nephews, so I have firsthand experience. I go up to my relative and apologize. Matthew goes, "Missy Elliott had a car bed," which reminds me, I just recently saw Ghostbusters Echo 1 bed on Facebook. That's cool. Bernadette goes, "I know time goes so fast. When I look at the mirror, I always hear the song Memories by Barbra Streisand." I know it does. Chris Barber goes, "I'm a collector of many things." Same here. I collect a lot of things. It's all right, Diane. I'm just glad you were able to make it. Daniel goes, "Grandma's boy movie had a car bed." Thank you, Julissa. All right, guys, I am going to end the stream here. Thank you for joining me. Catch me on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I talk all things spooky, guys. Thank you guys for all the support. I enjoyed chatting it up, and thank you for joining me, and stay spooky, and I'll see you on the next one. Good night, guys. Thank you.